Hello and welcome back to the Formula 1 chat. Today we're here for our British Grand Prix review. A very good race around Silverstone. It's what you expect really, isn't it, from the British Grand Prix?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually, it was alright.
It's the closest we've got to a battle for the lead all season really, other than maybe Saudi.
We didn't see too much battling, but it was a close race. We saw a lot of teams at the front, which we didn't expect to see. We saw
an actual on-track change of the lead.
We did see actual on-track change of the lead.
I don't think that's happened this season.
No, I don't think it has.
I can't think of a single race where someone has led other than a Red Bull, that hasn't been after the pits, of course.
Yeah. So,
because we saw it in Austria, Leclerc did lead a few laps, but there wasn't ever an on-track fight really. So, yeah, it was nice to see. And a massive performance from the McLarens, of course. We're going to run through the order as we usually do, starting from the bottom of the constructors with AlphaTauri.
I mean, they just had another terrible week. It's just it's their normal season now. Get knocked out in Q1.
Well, they're both. Well, De Vries 18th, Tsunoda 16th.
Same old.
Where's it gone wrong for AlphaTauri this season? Is it just pure development? Did they make a mistake with the driver choice as well?
I don't think they did. I think Tsunoda's proven he is a capable driver, and De Vries is.
I'd agree with that.
De Vries is all right, but Helmut just slanders him.
Is he all right though?
Maybe he's not all right, but I don't know.
The car seems horrendous, which doesn't make sense because how can the same? Well, I know it's not the same team, but surely Red Bull could just hand them a few little blueprints. But yeah, a shit show for AlphaTauri this season, and it didn't get much better this weekend. Qualifying both out in Q1 race, they were last of the classified runners. So. Yeah, couldn't have been much worse. Literally, couldn't have been much worse there. And I don't really remember seeing either of them throughout the race. And so I do need to check the standings because I can't remember who's ninth, but it's not the Williams team anymore. They are absolutely flying at the minute. It is Alfa Romeo.
Again.
Yeah, another team that's really fallen off this season. So Bottas was 15th, but then was disqualified due to not having a fuel sample, so he would start last. Zhou 17th, promoted to 16th thanks to Bottas's disqualification.
So it's AlphaTauri, both out in Q1 technically.
Technically, yeah. And then obviously Zhou 15th, Bottas 12th. Zhou just above those AlphaTauris. Bottas near the points, but not ever really competing for them.
I mean, you take out the three people that DNF'd, if you put back in the three people that DNF'd from in front of them, they drop to a 15-18.
Yeah.
So again, not a great weekend. It's not
ideal. I think both AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo are really struggling this season.
Yeah, just two slow cars.
Yeah, exactly that. Up next, we have Haas, who are really qualifying quite well recently. Magnussen was not great, 19th.
No.
Out in Q1. But Nico Hülkenberg, 11th. So close to the top 10.
Hülkenberg flying.
Yeah, absolutely flying. But yeah, he was only a couple tenths off getting into Q3.
Not bad.
For another week. But yeah, you just get the sense Haas need... They're that close to getting a really, really good result.
The one lap pace of the Haas is decent, and Haas in wet weather is decent.
I don't think it's that the one lap pace is great. More that their race pace is so bad.
Yeah.
That they over one lap they're fine, but because their race pace is bad,
if you give them a dry race, it's going to be a horrible weekend. Give them a wet qualifying, and they're flying. Yeah,
because obviously in the race, Hülkenberg only dropped 2 positions to 13th, but was helped out by a lot of DNFs, including his own teteammate who blew up.
He just set on fire.
Not ideal.
Not ideal at all. Not a great weekend for Haas. Again, these teams at the bottom, 3 poor weekends. I mean, and you can't have your car blowing up. Come on. No, you've got a Ferrari engine, but really, seriously.
Yeah. Do you think Haas look at changing engine?
Maybe.
Because they're not tied to Ferrari. We're going to have Audi joining in 2026. We're going to also have Ford.
And that's back.
Honda are coming with Aston Martin.
Mechanical.
Mercedes, Ferrari, Alpine, right?
Yeah, back to back.
6 engines.
Back to back, what's it called? Mechanical DNFs for Haas across Austria and Britain. Not very good, really.
No.
You can't be having that. You can't be having that.
You can't be having it. No, indeed you can't. And yeah, Hülkenberg again, as we say, not really near the points. As for teams whose fortunes have been, much greater in recent weeks, Williams.
What a weekend.
Yeah.
From start to finish. From practice 1 on the Friday, all the way to the race on Sunday.
Yeah, practice 1, third for Albon. Practice 2, though, 3-5 for the Williams team.
I think this weekend really proved that they are actually fast, because Sargent also was not too far away.
Yeah, so if we look at those qualifying then, Sargent 14th, the lowest. Yeah, got to Q2, which is nice to see him actually progress in a session, but he was the lowest of all the Q2 runners. alas, it was his
too
first
bad,
Q2
yeah.
session. He was only a couple tenths off. A couple more tenths and he would have been into Q3. So not a bad run from him. And Alexander Albon, P8 in qualifying. Only
done it again.
Only Verstappen, the Red Bull, only Verstappen, the Ferraris, the Mercedes, and the McLaren rocket ships ahead of Alex Albon. So
what again?
Stellar performance.
He just keeps delivering.
Yeah,
he just keeps delivering. And Sargent there was brilliant. They wanted to convert that into something in the race, and I mean they did exactly that.
You've seriously got to question why Red Bull didn't put out Alex Albon into the AlphaTauri seat.
No.
2 years ago, because they always had that option, didn't they? And then I
think you look at how Perez is struggling. You look at how De Vries and Tsunoda are having a torrid time at AlphaTauri, and you look at what Alex Albon is doing in that Williams. He's absolutely flying. He's in the form of his life. He is really proving that he did have that potential.
Yeah, there's a team now that believes in him, and he's got a lot of confidence. So that's really working out well for him.
He's the first driver. And he's spear pointing that team, Williams team.
The car's designed for him.
Yeah.
And that's what he's never had, because when you're at Red Bull, guess who the car's designed around?
Oh, I can't guess that.
It's not the second driver, is it? But
no.
And consistently, it's proving the second driver can't adapt to a Verstappen car.
Yeah.
Like, who can, other than Max Verstappen?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not easy for Albon, but he's doing really well at Williams. Into the race then. What a weekend! Yeah. What a weekend! Sargent was so close to points. 11th.
That's 11th career best from Logan Sargent to get into Q2 and then to be one place off the points. Stellar weekend.
Do you think though this is a little bit of a missed opportunity? Do you think Williams should have been taking double points this weekend?
My only point is that the only drivers ahead of him were Ferraris, Mercedes, Red Bulls, McLarens, Alonso and Albon.
Yeah.
That's very hard to get in.
That is very hard. But Ferrari weren't looking great at the end there, and Albon got past them in the equal machinery as Sargent. Yeah. I'm just saying, Sargent, great result. Don't want to take anything away from him. So. But Leclerc and Sainz were not rapid at the end there.
No.
Alex Albon, maybe he could have gone.
Huge 4 points. He looked like he was going to get Fernando Alonso at one point. I thought 6 points.
Well, Williams now up to 7th in Constructors.
Yeah, that's massive.
Where do you think they could end up? Because they are only 36 points behind Alpine now.
I mean, if Alpine are going to have similar scenes to what they're today...
They're not catching up, though.
Okay.
But let's be honest, right? They're not.
But they should be comfortably 7th for me.
Yeah. But to be fair, though, Alpine are only where they are because of a Ocon podium at Monaco, really. Like, if you take that away, then it's much closer. Yeah. So
I don't
know.
It'll be interesting for Williams, because this is the first weekend that we saw Albon and Sargent up near the front of the grid. Usually it's just Albon dragging the car up. Now, we saw this weekend, that Williams in a straight line was rapid.
And this is my biggest fear for Williams, is that, one, they've got quick at the same time as McLaren are absolutely flying. Yeah. So there's not room in the points really for them. It's only when other teams have a mare, like Ferrari this weekend,
or
like
Albon
Perez.
drives an absolute stellar performance.
Exactly. And that we're headed to Hungary next, which has one straight, and the rest of it is just turns. It's not suited to them.
The Williams was the Williams also quick? But
then Latifi was flying at Hungary last year.
Yeah,
he scored points there. I mean, it did help Bottas bowl out off the grid, but he did score points. So
and that's when we got to see George Russell be a true Samaritan and say he'd throw his race away for Latifi.
That was the year before.
Oh yeah, that's the year before.
Indeed. But yeah, still, I think.
But this Williams is very suited to straights.
Then Spa,
Logan Sargent on pole. Cool.
Okay, no. Unless it rains like it did in 2021.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to keep improving.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see.
There's still room to improve. There's still work to be done. And
they finished last year, so they've got the most wind tunnel hours. So it does make sense that they are improving.
Very much room for development. Up next, we have Alpine, who had a really terrible weekend. Not bad in qualifying, looked promising. 13-10, that's not a bad...
You can build on that with a few DNFs
Is that what you expect Alpine to be? They need to be that fifth team every weekend?
And then when others DNF or have a mare, then they're there to pounce on it.
They're probably sixth now pace-wise, considering the pace of the McLaren.
Problem was, you can't really pounce on others DNFs when you are the DNFs.
Yeah, doesn't really work. But
no.
Yeah, Ocon retired early with a hydraulic leak. Then Gasly
got rammed into by Lance Stroll.
I don't really know what they were doing, but just a bit of a shit show weekend for
weekend.
Alpine. But
Awful Sunday at the home Grand Prix.
Yeah, really was. But
not much to say.
Not a lot. Should we move on to a much more exciting story? McLaren.
Come on.
I mean, we started to see it in Austria, obviously, Lando Norris with a lot of pace with the upgraded car. Piastri fitted the upgrades this weekend. They've done something. They've definitely done something with that car.
And I think the main thing is obviously Lando Norris, brilliant weekend. But I feel because it's Britain, Oscar Piastri's performance is going under the radar.
Yeah.
He was right behind Lando in quali, still finished P4, and he had, for a rookie in Formula 1, to qualify P3 and finish P4.
I do find it weird. People just not mention... Like they keep talking about McLaren as a plural.
Yeah.
But I would expect Lando Norris to be up there. I did not expect Piastri to be anywhere near there.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
What other drivers in their first season of Formula 1 would qualify P3 and finish P4?
Lewis Hamilton.
Exactly. And probably Max Verstappen, you probably do that as well.
Don't think so, because he's in the Toro Rosso.
Yeah. But McLaren, everything went right this weekend. The car was brilliant, the drivers were brilliant. As I said, Piastri, he's really shown that potential we saw from him when he won the F2 Championship 2 years ago. And Lando Norris, I mean, for me, if you put him in a competitive car, he would be a world champion.
How fuming do you reckon Otmar Safnauer was this weekend? He sat there looking at his two broken cars, watching Piastri applaud his team on the podium.
I mean, wow. What a weekend. That livery, everything was just
Should they keep it?
From
Should they just run this livery as much as it? Because it is infinitely better than the I was about to say home livery, the normal one.
There was not a single hitch. We thought that McLaren had messed up when they went onto the hards after the safety car. They hadn't. I thought even the pit stops 2.2 seconds.
Yeah, they're good.
Everything was just perfect.
Though pitted just before the pits, or did he put on the VSC? I think pitted just before the pits.
He got
just before the safety car.
Because Hamilton jumped him, but he held off Russell. Yeah. Lando held off Hamilton, and a 2-4 for McLaren. Could have been a dull podium. But we can't really.
Just to play devil's advocate, though, obviously a great result. I'm not saying anything about that. Was there more to be had? Because if they put the softs on, could Lando Norris have fought Max Verstappen?
Yeah, he probably...
He might have.
I think the race could have played out so differently if Piastri had got Verstappen when they were fighting on lap 1.
Oh, yeah.
Because then Max would at least be a lap... would have been behind...
Yeah, mate.
Piastri.
If a massive overtake had been made, which would have completely dictated the race, that might have changed a few things.
So Lando did brilliantly to take the lead off the start. He just...
Great launch.
Yeah, did absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, favourable side of the grid. That massively helped. We've seen that throughout this weekend. But
Piastri, if he had got Max Verstappen, I think Lando Norris would have won. I really think he could have won.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the safety car...
Do you think Piastri could have been turn 1? Because he got the best start.
Yeah, he just got caught behind both of them.
It's just that he, sort of panicked and flew himself to the inside.
The early stint where McLaren were faster, well, they held on to Max Verstappen and managed to run away from Ferrari and Mercedes.
Yeah, that's the thing with that safety car. Easy double podium. It's just a shame for them that they did get...
But all in all, fantastic weekend.
Yeah, really, really solid weekend. I don't think they'll be too annoyed by 2-4 at all, will they? I don't think they'll be fuming and then they're going to take a 1-2. But yeah, still a very good weekend for them. But yeah, up next we have... I can't remember who's fourth in the championship. It's Ferrari.
What a shit.
What a contrasting weekend. Qualifying, they looked immense.
Yeah, they're pretty good, just behind that mental McLaren.
I thought, you know what, maybe Ferrari have actually turned up, because obviously they were fighting for pole at Austria. They looked very good there. And then 4-5 here.
Yeah. I really thought they'd be onto something this weekend, and then, I don't know what happened in the race, but it all just went to pot.
Yeah. Really strange weekend. They ended up down in P9 and P10. They got overtaken by the Mercedes. They pitted too early onto hards.
Yeah, Leclerc went so early.
Then, because the safety car came out, they decided they'd pit again, because if not, they'd just get run through. But they didn't pit Sainz, who said on the radio, because they said to him on the radio, they said he could drop 5 positions. He dropped them anyway, pretty much.
And they got minced by Williams.
Yeah. Not
awful weekend. Awful weekend.
Yeah. Really strange, really, really strange weekend.
Do you know what? This Grand Prix was just either the team had a terrible weekend or had a fantastic weekend.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be much about the specific drivers this weekend. And I don't know if that feels a bit harsh to go, well, maybe it's not all down to drivers, just the car. But equally, we did see Max Verstappen win and Perez do his stuff, and Alonso and Stroll were quite different. But most of it, the drivers were very close. Obviously, you expect that they're in the same cars, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, speaking of Alonso and Stroll, I mean,
up next,
Alonso, I think he did what he could.
Yeah, P9 qualifying, but the fact is, Lando Williams, that's not Alonso's fault, is it? Stroll was 12th as well. Then into the race, Stroll
just vendetta against Gasly, shoved him.
Every time I saw him, he was trying to run into someone. So he ended up 14th in the end, only above Peugeot and the AlphaTauri.
He was 11th on track until he got a penalty for punting off Gasly, taking out the race.
Alonso P7. I mean, he said at the start of the season he wants to be fighting for wins. He wants to get a win this season.
They're miles off.
I think he'll be lucky if he gets another podium at this rate.
He was clinging on to P7.
I think there's more Aston development to come.
Yeah, definitely.
They knew their car wasn't quick this weekend. I think they'll probably be quick at the Hungaroring because it is much more suited to cornering, and we know the Aston is very good through the corners.
Yeah.
So it'll be close between Verstappen and Alonso, but yeah, I think for me this just wasn't. No, they might be battling out for who gets knocked out in Q1 again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for me. Alonso did all he could.
Yeah.
Mercedes then, I think qualifying was a little bit disappointing. Obviously in Austria they were right up there.
They were.
They were fighting for it, other than obviously in the sprint quality where Hamilton was 18th and Russell wasn't really doing anything in the qualifying sessions either. But in the race they both looked good, they both looked quick. But they turned up this weekend and I don't know.
Saying it's the home Grand Prix of both drivers.
Yeah.
To qualify 6-7.
They were nowhere really in any of the dry practice sessions. They were decent in the wet, but you can't really judge times in sheets in the wet, of course.
A 6-7 at your home Grand Prix.
I mean, I guess they couldn't account for the McLaren pace.
Going zoom, yeah.
I guess they couldn't account for the Ferrari, but even then, in the race, they were saying that the McLarens were quicker on the hards. I just don't believe that.
Oh, George Russell. McLaren, pace on the hards, it's worked. Impressive.
That was a weird radio message.
Just drive.
I don't see how... Because McLaren obviously have brought upgrades, but I don't think they're level with Mercedes.
No.
And, well, I guess they just... By that point, maybe the softs were so bad because they weren't
Russell saying McLaren's on the hards were brilliant. Yes. Lewis saying that through the high-speed corners they were amazing. I don't know, they just kept praising them. I don't really know what...
It's smart, isn't it? You praise your competition, and when you lose to them, it makes sense.
I mean, a 3-5.
Not a bad weekend.
No,
Podium for Lewis Hamilton at his home Grand Prix. Russell as well.
Trundled around a bit.
Up there though, 5th at his home race.
He should have got Piastri really. On the soft against the hard.
But then
Hamilton
should have got Norris,
Lando. So. Yeah, all in all, they could have had more, but I'm sure they'll take a 3-5.
Yeah. Red Bull. We're going to split this up into the two factions of the Red Bull team. We'll start with Checo.
I think there's serious questions have to be asked of his ability.
Yeah.
How can you get knocked out?
5 consecutive Q1 sessions.
Or 2 sessions. How can you fail to make Q3 5 times in a row?
He's not making
in a Red Bull. Look at how quick that Red Bull is.
Max has now won 6 Grand Prix in a row.
Yeah.
He needs 3 more to level the record with Sebastian Vettel. Perez hasn't qualified for Q3 since... before Imola.
It's ridiculous.
I think.
He's had 4 Q3 appearances.
His last Q3 appearance
4 out of 11. We are halfway through the season.
Oh, sorry, US.
A Red Bull driver only has 4 Q3 appearances.
Yeah, I believe Miami was the last one. He took pole there.
Yeah, because he binned it in Monaco. Was really slow at Austria, really slow at Britain.
Spain and Canada.
Yeah. Awful.
He doesn't like Canada. We're well aware of that by this point, but...
I don't care what you don't like.
I don't care what he don't like.
In that Red Bull, you should be getting to Q3 easily every single race.
Yeah. Out in Q1, that was poor. His wet weather ability is seriously bad.
Yeah.
I'm to 6th in the race.
Not bad, but
it's fine.
Yeah.
But with a safety car intervention.
Yeah.
But put it this way though, if Max Verstappen had to start from 16th today, where do you think he finishes?
P1.
I think it's either P1 or P2. I think
with Lando and Piastri.
If his teammate is both, presumably, if you swap them, Perez starts with pole, maybe Perez will get overtaken by Piastri, but regardless.
Norris and Piastri would have got past Perez. Awful weekend for Perez. Max, faultless again. It's just boring, isn't it?
Couldn't take a Grand Slam because he got overtaken at turn 1, but the fastest lap, the pole, the win, just a good weekend.
Top all the practice sessions.
Yeah, well, no, didn't top the third one, because of the rain.
Yeah.
Didn't take the clean sweep either. What a bad weekend for Max, man. Honestly,
Probably
no Grand Slam, no clean sweep. What's going on?
He got overtaken by Lando Norris.
Anyway, 6 race wins in a row.
Who is the greatest driver of all time.
Do you see him matching or passing the Vettel record?
Yeah, unless it's McLaren pace, he's going to last forever.
Even then, though, Hungary's not favourable for them, I wouldn't say. So I would expect a downturn in performance there.
But I can go bowling, so...
He could go bowling, but I think he's too far back. He can't wipe everyone out.
He has to get a strike.
God, that would be good. A double strike.
He's got a whole grid and Zhou is just flying.
Yeah, they're on the back road together. He could just pummel into everyone. Zhou just takes a nice little inside.
I think this could be the easiest driver and team WSL of the season.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know. So many teams were horrific.
But there's also so many teams that did really well.
Yeah. Team L then?
I will go... God, it's a real tussle between AlphaTauri, Haas and Alfa Romeo. And Alpine.
Yeah,
there we go, that was easy.
That's why I thought it was easy.
So I didn't really... I forgot they existed.
No, Alpine, you have to finish the race. At least the other teams did that.
You do have to do that.
At least one of the drivers has to finish the race, not both of them out. Driver error? I think it's an obvious one again.
Who are you going for?
Sergio Perez.
Yeah.
Got to stop getting knocked out.
I can't be asked to say his name every week when we do this. I want someone different. I'm going to go for Stroll.
Yeah.
Too big a gap to his teammate.
And was
in both quality and the race. Spent the race being a bit of a fool. You know, I'm not going to give it to an Alpine because they had terrible weekends, but that's not on the drivers.
Yeah.
They didn't blow up their own engines. Neither did Magnussen. So, for me, not Stroll.
Fair enough.
Into the W's of the weekend.
Team W. Obvious one. McLaren.
I was gonna go McLaren probably. Yeah,
who else?
Williams. If Charlotte had got points, I'd be saying Williams right now.
Probably.
Really good weekend for them. But you got to give it to McLaren.
You have.
And then driver W.
I don't want to say Verstappen because it's just boring.
Obviously not. He did what he's expected to do. It's not Lando, in my opinion. It's Piastri.
Yeah.
Lando got driver of the day because he's British and because people love him.
And he took the lead.
Because he's so cute and quirky and does Instagram.
Piastri, a rookie. Insane. Finishing P4 in your rookie season.
He fought Max Verstappen, for Christ's sake. Nobody else has done that this season.
Yeah. Honestly, he nearly overtook Max Verstappen.
Yeah. Who else can
George Russell do that?
No, not this season at least. But yeah, maybe in karting at some point.
Oscar Piastri, unsung hero of this weekend.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong, great performance from Lando.
Oh, obviously, brilliant.
But I feel like no one's respecting the absolute shift that Oscar Piastri put in.
Solid.
The only praise he gets is when it's a collective McLaren thing. Other than that, it's all, bound down to Lando.
If Piastri put it on pole, then everyone else would give
Or was born in Stoke.
Yeah.
They would love him. Absolutely love him. But he wasn't born in Stoke, he was born in, Sydney? Brisbane, Sydney, Adelaide. They're the only Australian places I know.
There's so many more.
There are, probably. Yeah.
Was he born in Melbourne though? He was born in a circuit.
Might have been.
Melbourne.
In the circuit?
Yeah.
During a race? Wow. Well, no wonder he's good.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah. Does it say on F1? Oh, he's got a little bio.
Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne, Victoria.
Where'd you see that?
There.
Oh yeah, place of birth. Melbourne, Victoria.
Yeah, Melbourne.
Well, Knowledge. Victoria, Melbourne. There we go. Yeah.
I know my Oscar Piastri.
Anyway. Great weekend for him. Great weekend. Yeah. Love the racing. We're back in 2 weeks with the Hungarian Grand Prix. But do not fear, there will be content out next week. We'll probably be talking about driver transfers because we've got some Albon-related rumours. Very interesting.
He's got to go. He's got to go.
We've got some Perez-related rumours. And in a completely unrelated note, we've got some Chinese F4-related rumours. Anyway,
IndyCar and drivers.
We might be talking about an IndyCar driver. Whose name rhymes with Wallix,
wow.
No, not that one. Oh, Wallow. Yeah. Wallix Wallow. Anyway, that is everything for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. Make sure to comment as well. I want to hear from you guys what you thought of the Grand Prix and what you think of our review. But yeah, that's everything for today. Thank you all very much for watching and we'll see you next time.
See ya.